Okay, now let's go over the syllabus. If you were sitting in my in-person class, I would be handing out the syllabus right now, and we'd spend the next few minutes going over it together. This is so we all know exactly what is going on, that we're all on the same page, that sort of thing. Since we are remote, you get to listen to a video of this. Now, you should have the syllabus in front of you. This little video, you won't be able to read all of this sort of stuff, and I want to make sure you actually have the document either printed out or somewhere on your computer. So it is available on Howdy and on eCampus. Make sure you go and get the syllabus so that we can go over it together. Now, let's see what we're going to do this semester. So this is FIVS 205, Introduction to the Forensic and Investigative Sciences. This is a 3-credit hour course, and it is delivered online. So you see that up here. Okay, my name is Dr. Adrienne Brundage. You've already met me. That is my email address, adrian.brundage@agnet.tamu.edu. So you can email me there if you need to get a hold of me. My office phone number is right there, 979-845-9731. I'm in my office usually during the week. Otherwise, you can get a hold of me by email. My office hours are on eCampus for you. So you can just go to the instructor tab, see the office hours, and know when you can come and see me. My office is in Minibel Heap, so that's on West Campus in room 404A. If you're part of the Investigative Forensic Sciences program, then I'm in the counseling office for the FIVS program. If you're part of entomology, I'm in the counseling office for entomology. So if you don't know where I'm at, just look up the Heap Center or whatever else. We're right near the Werner stop on the bus route. Okay, so you can come and see me whenever you like. If you can't make my office hours, you can email me or call me and we can set up a time that you can come and see me. Really, my office hours are just a time when my butt is guaranteed to be in my office seat. Otherwise, I'm usually in my office. As long as my office door is open, feel free to come on in, talk to me. If it's closed, either I'm in a meeting or I'm in class and I'm not actually there. So just stop on by if you happen to be in the building, come and say hi, come talk to me about whatever you would like. Okay, now, first things first, a bit of a disclosure. This course is a forensic science course, so it includes all manner of presentations, all manner of discussions of sensitive material. This material relates to forensic research, relates to forensic investigations, stories, that sort of thing. So you are going to see photos and videos, and we're going to talk about concepts that involve death, involve injury, involve crime, involve any other type of upsetting material. Okay, so I have to put this disclosure right at the beginning because you're going to see dead bodies. It's going to be gross. So if you have a problem with anything like that, please turn back now if you can. Okay, keep that in mind. You will be seeing this. Good luck. All right, there are no prerequisites for this course, so you can just come on in and take it. Awesome, welcome. There is a required text. So that required text is Forensic Science, An Introduction to Scientific and Investigative Techniques by James and Norby. You want the 4th edition. Now, this is the newest edition. I don't often upgrade to the newest edition just because they're new. But when it comes to forensic science, we have so many breakthroughs and so many new technologies that I had to update to this one. I mean, the last edition didn't even have updated versions of DNA or photography or things of that nature. So this 4th edition does a great job of talking about DNA correctly. So I want you to have the 4th edition. Now, the text is available through the bookstore, the MST bookstore. You can also get it online. So if you watch the eCampus video, I will show you the link where you can get this book online. So I've just given you the link to basically Amazon, where you can get it or rent it or sell it back when you're done, all of those sorts of things. But you can also get it in all manner of other websites. Wherever you want to get it, just get the 4th edition. I do get the question every once in a while, I have got the 3rd or the 2nd or whatever. Would that work? Some of the stuff is the same. I mean, fingerprints haven't really changed. Hair and fibers haven't really changed. But DNA, some of the engineering stuff, a lot of the computer stuff, oh man, all of that sort of stuff is updated in the 4th edition. Also, they've changed around where everything is. So your reading assignments aren't going to be the same if you have a different edition. I'm not going to take the time to go through and figure out what the equivalent reading assignments in the 3rd or the 2nd or whatever edition are. So if you decide, and this is up to you, If you decide that you want to keep this older edition, know that there's going to be different information in there and the reading assignments are going to be different. It's up to you to figure that out. If you get an answer wrong on a quiz or something, you say, well, it wasn't in my book, and I show you the exact page where it is on the 4th edition, you don't get to argue that, well, I had the 3rd, so I didn't get that info. No, you need the 4th. Okay. Let's see. You will have a couple of extra reading assignments. They're going to be supplemented by reading from the literature. Any literature that I give you, I'm going to provide for you on eCampus. And when you look at the eCampus video, I'll show you exactly where those are, so you don't need to worry about that. The only thing you need to buy text-wise is this 4th edition of James and Norby. Now, required equipment. This is an online class, so you need a computer that has reliable, high-speed internet access. You're going to be watching videos, you're going to be taking quizzes, you're going to be taking exams. You need to be able to get online. Okay, you can use your preferred web browser. I personally use Chrome, but this class has been tested with Firefox, with Safari, with Internet Explorer, with a couple of other lesser ones, but I just like Chrome. Use whatever one you like. You want to make sure, though, that you have the correct plugins for all of these things. So you're going to need a video with the ability to play MP4 videos. So make sure you have the right plugins. If you see a problem or an issue on your browser where it says you need a different plugin, go and get that plugin. Make sure you can watch this stuff. You also need speakers and or headphones that have working sound. I'm going to be talking to you. Hopefully you figured that out by now. So make sure you have that. You're going to need a PDF reader. So I do give you lots of stuff via PDF. Now, this course is designed to be mobile friendly. By that, I mean all of the videos and the assignments and the quizzes can be taken on whatever mobile platform you happen to have. So you can take it on your tablet, you can take it on your phone, whatever. The only things you cannot take on an iPad, say, are the exams and that final case study. Okay, so those you need to have a computer. If you don't have access to a computer in your home, you're taking this entire thing on your iPad, say, okay, make sure you can go and find a computer somewhere where you can sit for about an hour or so, depending on the exam, and take it all in one chunk. If you don't have access to that exam or to that to a computer, go ahead and click on this link right here, or go to oal.tamu.edu, and that'll give you all the computer labs that we have on campus. Okay, those you can go and take the exams on, and they are set up already for eCampus stuff. Okay. Now, the general course description. So this course is an overview of the principles, of the procedures, the concepts of forensic and investigative sciences. So you are going to get instruction in the definitions about forensic science, in the general scope of forensic, how we use different tools and techniques and protocols in order to resolve any type of legal disputes. Okay, so we're going to be looking at it from all manner of different ways. Now, this is the semester-long format. This is a 15-week course. So you have the same amount of time as if you had an in-person class, but this is fully online. Now, this includes all of the same material and the same number of contact hours as a semester-long course or an in-person course. So this is going to include 32 hours worth of video, 32 hours worth of lecture, plus 3 exams and 7 assignments. So this will mimic what we're doing in the in-person course. Now, each unit, you'll see that there are 14 separate units. Each unit corresponds approximately with a week of in-class time. I want you to manage your time accordingly because of this. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are managing, when you are going to be watching all these videos. All right. Our general learning outcomes. So by the end of this class, you should be able to define forensic and investigative sciences and describe the scope of that application. You should be able to describe problem-solving principles and organize typical operational protocols used in forensic science. You should be able to recognize the scientific basis, the application of tools, and the application of techniques in forensic science, and compare the capabilities and limitations of those applications, tools, and techniques. Finally, students should be able to summarize and illustrate current literature, ethical and legal issues in the forensic investigative sciences, and understand where all the problems come. All right, now the class procedure. Once again, this is delivered completely online. We're using eCampus, so that's the publishing technology at Texas A&M. You are expected to complete all of your assigned readings, provide or view all of the provided videos, complete all of your assignments, your quizzes, your exams, everything online. All of the material except the exams are mobile friendly. So you need to be able to watch videos and that sort of thing, but you can watch them on a mobile device. You can watch them on your phone. Exams and your final case study require access to the computer. Now, the general class procedure meeting times. There are no coordinated meeting times for this course. So we don't have to meet in person. You don't have to log in at a particular time. I hate that for an online course. So there's no 3 o'clock on Thursdays, we're all going to log in and chat. No, that's not going to happen. All of these materials are on the video, on your written notes, are through your readings, are through your assignments. So as long as you can download and watch these videos, as long as you can read Word and PDF documents, all of that sort of stuff, you will be fine. Unit 1. So the only limit I have on you is you have to view Unit 1 first and foremost. Okay, so once you finish Unit 1, that's the unit you're in right now, all of the rest of your material is going to open up for you. Now, I did it this way because I want you to know what is going on in this class. I want to go through the syllabus with you, talk to you about the scheduling, all of that sort of stuff, so you know exactly where everything is, how to upload an assignment, how to finish a quiz before you get into the lessons proper. I don't want any problems there. So once you have completed Unit 1, and you would take the Unit 1 quiz, you have to earn a 90% or better on that Unit 1 quiz. Once you do that, then you can move on to the rest of the class. Now, that Unit 1 quiz, relatively simple. It just talks about different parts of the of eCampus, talks about the syllabus, that sort of thing, and it's all open note. And you can take it more than once. So you can take it as many times as you need in order to get that 90%, and then you can go on. Now, the course units can be accessed in whatever order you wish. However, I do build upon these units. So I've put them in a logical order, at least for me. So I suggest completing them in order, units 1 through 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., in order. But you don't have to. If you're super excited about learning about forensic psychology, or you just really want to know about fingerprints right off the bat, go ahead and do those. I don't care. Do them whatever order you wish. But I do refer back to earlier units when I go through some of these videos. So you may see or may hear me talking about, the Fry standard or Daubert or something when you're watching later units. And if you haven't gotten to the Fry or Daubert standard yet, you might be a little confused. Keep that in mind. Once you're in the unit, I also suggest completing the videos in order. Totally misspelled completing. Awesome. In order, they do build on one another, but you don't have to. You can view them in whatever order you wish. Keep that in mind. Now, since this is a forensic science course, I've built this entire class around a mock crime scene. So you're going to investigate a mock crime scene throughout the duration of the course. During Unit 2, I'm going to have the mock crime scene video available for you. This is going to give you a walkthrough video of the crime. You'll have some basic crime reports. And each unit, you're going to learn some new evidence or how to analyze new evidence. You're going to have to interpret the evidence found at this mock crime scene as part of your final assignment. So that final assignment, this is your job is going to be to close out this crime by by analyzing all of the evidence that was collected at the crime scene. So you'll have to go through all of the fingerprints, the hair and fibers, the DNA, the blood spatter, the footprints, the handwriting, the document analysis, the time of death determination, and answer all of those questions correctly for your final assessment. Now, this final assessment is open right this second, or will be as soon as you finish this 90% on your quiz 1. So every time you learn how to analyze some new evidence, you could go to that final assessment, analyze the evidence at the crime scene, and then move on. It's not timed, but you can only take it once. But you can go back and change, as long as you don't submit this, you can go back and change your answers as many times as you want. So you can take the entire semester to go through this final assessment. Keep that in mind. You need to have access to a computer in order to access this final assessment. The assessment is going to be in a fill-in form or multiple choice or calculation questions. So keep that also in mind. Make sure you have all your materials. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is a fake crime. Nobody actually died during this crime. Any similarity to events or persons living or dead is purely coincidental, because I have to tell you that. All right, the lessons. The lessons are all available for immediate viewing. So they're organized into units. They're in a logical order, at least for my brain, but you can take them whenever you wish. Now, there are some concept check assignments. So these are whenever you learn a new calculation. Say, I've put in these little 3 to 5 question, really short question or concept checks that you take right after you learn how to do that calculation. They're not graded. So you'll just end up getting, you'll see a 0 for it after you've finished it. However, they're just so you get practice on how to take or how to do some of these calculations. These exact same calculations, except more so, will be on your quiz, will be on your exams. So this gives you a chance to really practice them. You can take these concept checks as many times as you want. Okay. Let's see, quizzes. So at the end of each unit, you are going to have a unit quiz. So the quizzes are going to cover the materials learned through the video lessons, through the assigned readings, through everything I presented for you. They're going to be multiple choice, and they're going to be open note. So you can have all of your books open. You can open the quiz in a new tab and have the video lessons open. Whatever you want to do. They're not timed. Okay, but you can only take it once. So all of the quizzes need to be finished by the last day of class. So if you want to wait and take those quizzes the very last day, fine, do that. I don't care. But get them done. Now the exams are also open note. They are multiple choice and fill-in depending on the type of question. And they are going to be based on the material covered in the video lessons and the assigned readings. So you've got 2 midterms. These are 100 questions each. They're going to cover only the most recent units. So that's listed on everything. Right? So just those most recent units. The final, though, that is cumulative. So it's all of the material during the semester. So it's going to have 200 questions. So 100 questions for each of the midterms, 200 questions for the final. Both the midterms and the final are going to be timed, though. So your quizzes are not timed. Your midterms and your final are. So you have 50 minutes to finish 100 questions and 100 minutes to finish 200 questions. You have to take this all at once. So you're going to sit down and finish it, be done. You only have one chance to take each exam. This is because they are open note, all of that sort of stuff. And all of the questions mimic those questions that you saw on the concept checks and on the quizzes. So this is how I do things. So every time I write a lesson, every time I record a video, every time I assign you some reading, I go through that lesson, that video, that reading, and I make up as many questions as I possibly can. These questions go into a question bank that I've labeled, say, Unit 1, question bank. Fine. Every time you take a quiz, that quiz is going to randomly draw from the proper question banks, just random questions that you will then answer. The exams will draw from those exact same question banks, randomly, whatever questions they get. So there's the distinct possibility that you're going to see the exact same questions on your exam that you saw in your quizzes. What you want to do is when you take those quizzes, take a screenshot of it or write down the questions, put them in another document so that when you take your exams, you have the questions and the correct answers and you're ready to answer them very, very quickly. This is just a quick little hint I wanted to give from me to you. Okay, so you have one chance to take each exam, both the midterms and the final, and all of the exams must be finished by that last day of class. Now, assignments. At the end of each unit, you're going to have, or some units, not each one, I decided against that. At the end of some of the units, you're going to have a fill-in assignment. You're going to have to interpret material learned in that unit. You're going to be practicing some calculations, that sort of thing. Okay, so these assignments can include the calculations. They can include definitions, multiple choice questions, whatever works. The assignments aren't timed. But they can be taken more than once. So you can take the assignments over and over and over again. So if you don't get a grade that you like the first time, take it again. Do it again. It's open note. It's not timed. Take your time and get it finished. However, all assignments must be finished by the last day of class. Okay, so all of the assignments, all of your quizzes, all of your exams, everything are available now. And they will open up as soon as you finish this very first quiz in Unit 1. So you can finish them whenever you want. If you want to jump directly into the midterms and the final right now, go ahead. Remember, you can only take it once and they're timed, but go ahead. If you want to jump into anything, do it as soon as you want. They all have to be finished by the last day of class for the assignment of the final grade. So you want to check eCampus for that last day of class, all that sort of stuff. It's the last day of finals week. Okay. Grades are due to the university, like I said in the last video, the day after your assignments are due, everything is due. So once those are uploaded, they're really hard to change. So make sure you get everything done and you talk to me if there are any problems. This also means I can't give you an extension. So if you just beg really loud, oh no, I didn't get it finished because reasons, I can't give you an extension. There's no more time left in the semester. What we'll have to do is, if you actually have a university approved excuse, I'll have to give you an incomplete. You have to retake the class, or you just have to live with your grade. Keep that in mind. So your grades are going to be based on 13 quizzes worth 20 points each, 2 midterm exams worth 100 points each, your comprehensive final worth 200 points, assignments of various points, not 12 assignments decided against that, but of varying point values, they're listed here, and your final case analysis. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got the discussion, introduction, your pathology, time of death, blood spatter, forensic entomology, anthropology, fingerprints, final case analysis. Okay, so you have a total of 1,010 points in this class. Now, there will be some opportunity for extra credit. I've mentioned it in a couple of other videos. So go looking for that extra credit, but that is the only chance for extra credit in this class. With a lot of points like this, if you get a low grade on 1 or 2 quizzes, not that big a deal. Don't fret about it. Okay, just make sure you do well on the rest of the stuff. Now, your final grades are going to be based on a percentage of total points earned. So you're going to earn an A if you get 90% or better, a B 80% to 89%, a C 70 to 79, a D is 60 to 69, and an F is less than 60%. Now, the Americans with Disabilities Act. So if you have some sort of disability or you are registered with student services, things of that nature, you need to get that documentation for me by the first week of class. So within this first week of class, get me that documentation so that I can meet your needs. And whatever they are, I will work with you to make sure that they get met. Let's see, attendance policies. There's no coordinated meeting times. Everything needs to be done by the last day of class. That's all. Okay. Aggie honor code. Our normal honor code, don't lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those who do. I do encourage collaboration with other students during this class. You can have study groups. You can discuss assignments. However, I do ask that you refrain from giving straight answers to assignments questions, to calculations, to the crime scene, that sort of thing, just because I want every student to have the chance to actually learn at his or her own pace. You're not going to learn anything if you just go and ask for the answer and then someone else gives it. So if you're on the discussion board and somebody needs help, go ahead and help them. Tell them how to calculate something, but don't give them the outright answer. Okay, now here is our basic setup. Here are different units, 1 through 14 plus the final exam. Here are the general topics covered. We're starting out with the course and the syllabus intro, into the crime scene, talking about the forensic expert in the crime lab. You're going to read chapter 1 in that unit or in that textbook. And then you have your very first assignment. Your very first assignment is to introduce yourself on the message board. You're also going to finish quiz 1. Once you finish quiz 1 with 90% or better, then all of the rest of these units are going to open up. Unit 2 is crime scene investigation, photography, videography, physical evidence, the legality of scientific evidence. You're going to read chapters 2 and 3. There is an announcement of some extra credit going on there, and then you'll have quiz 2. Quiz 3, or unit 3, forensic taphonomy, forensic pathology, and trauma. So you're going to read chapter 5 for that unit, and you're going to have assignment number 2 for unit number 3. This is going to be time of death calculations along with quiz 3. Unit 4 is forensic entomology, of course it is, and for that you're going to read chapter 7. You're going to have an accumulated degree day assignment and quiz 4. Unit 5 is forensic anthropology and forensic odontology. You're going to read chapter 6 for that. Then you're going to do an assignment where you're aging the skeleton and the teeth. Then you'll finish up with quiz 5. Now, exam 1 is going to cover units 1 through 5, along with chapters 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so make sure you're taking notes on all those quizzes or screenshots or whatever you need to do. Then the next grouping, we're going to move on to biological fluids and DNA. You're going to read chapter 8 and 9. You're going to have quiz 6. Unit 7 is blood and blood spatter. You're going to read chapter 4 for that. You're going to have assignment number 5, which is blood spatter calculations. You're going to do quiz 7. Unit 8 is question documents, wildlife forensics, and forensic nursing. So you're going to read chapter 17 plus 2 additional papers that I've pulled for you that are under those required reading link. So that's wildlife forensics and forensic nursing. Then you're going to have quiz 8. Unit 9 is going to be trace evidence, footprints, and tire prints. You read chapters 15 and 16 for that, and you're going to take quiz 9. Unit 10 is fire investigation and ballistics. You're going to read chapters 12 and 14 for that and take quiz 10. Then exam 2 is going to cover just units 6 through 10. So it's not cumulative yet, plus chapters 4, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, the wildlife forensics paper and the forensic nursing paper. Then we're going to get into the last grouping, which start with fingerprints and chapter 13. Then you're going to have assignment number 6, which is your fingerprint matching assignment, plus quiz 11. Unit 12 is controlled substances and toxicology. You're going to read chapter 10, chapter 11, quiz 12. Unit 13 is forensic psychology, profiling, and serial killers. You're going to read chapter 20 for that and have quiz 13. And then week 14, unit 14, I've given you this time so you can analyze that final case. So assignment number 7 is that final case analysis, and then you move into your final exam, and that final exam is comprehensive. So remember, all of this is due on the last day of class. Now, just to make your life a little bit easier, I have put together an approximate timing, or this is pretty specific actually, specific timing for your videos. This gives you an idea of how long each one of these videos are, what time you need to allot for them, that sort of thing. So you know how long you need to get through each one of these units. Okay, so it'll go through each one of these times, what the video is, what the unit is, how long you are expected to listen to these different videos. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Sorry for the length of this particular video. This is one of the longer videos in the semester, just because I have to go over so much stuff. If you have any questions, just let me know, or check the facts, or go check out the message boards, or whatever you need to do, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you soon.